So.
Oh, you're recording now? Damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, you start recording right in the middle of that, so that's going to be immortalized.
Sorry.
That's how it starts.
Congratulations.
Cheese is high off their ass.
Yes, cheese is high off her ass, and it's gonna be great. It's lovely.
Well, welcome back, everyone, once again, to a start of a session where I actually know how to speak.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Reject it.
Just bear with me, please.
Started stuttering
Anyway.
again.
Welcome back, everyone.
Thank you.
And without any further ado, I would like one of you to give a recap of last session, if you wouldn't mind.
All right. So it started with us being told by the guards that we gotta wait there. During our waiting period, Sapphire asked the gods to kindly send some people to watch over the store just in case. We waited there, and then the captain of the guard came, and gave us some exposition on what's happening so far, and that the gangs are getting bolder. And the other thing other things that have been happening, they took the contraband enchanted runes, and then Lessla tried to persuade the captain to let them in on the entire thing so that they could make some more money and make a name for themselves. The captain said no, and then after that, we decided to continue to the library. Sapphire and Inik made the bold decision to make their way to the shop and see how Sapphire's brother was doing, while the rest of them continued to the library. At the library, we discovered that the librarian was a beholder, or something. I think it's a variant of a beholder, not actually a beholder.
A spectator.
A spectator.
A lesser beholder.
Yes. And then afterwards, we were allowed in, but the dog had to stay out. After which, Lessla started doing research. Cheese found a picture book of whatchamacallit.
Bugs. It was very important.
Bugs and insects. And other insectoid adjacent things. Probably some arachnids in there too.
God, no more spiders.
No more spiders. Oh god.
Keep going. Doing so well.
Yes.
All the spiders, yes.
Then we cut back to Inik and Sapphire. They made sure everything's going good. The guards are still watching it. Jasper is exasperated because of it. Probably because he has a little fence thing on the side because, Waterdeep. And then they see a crowd in an alley in which there is a druid that is giving out free samples to something. Inik tries to arrest him, but the druid runs away. The little goblin that he is, because goblins can disengage as a half action and then dash.
He's not a goblin. He's not an elf.
Yeah.
Don't you start.
Anyway. I'm going to... it comes back to the library. Lessla finds a way of translating or at least seeing through the illusion in the book. And then Sapphire makes her way in. Lessla asks her about something. Oh, I also met... Oh god, what was her fucking name? Someone of something.
Oh, I got it.
Oh god, I have her name written down.
I have the name.
Mazrik of Thay.
Mazrik of Thay, yeah.
Yes. If it wasn't for all this fucking bullshit in the chat, I would have been able to find it. Cats. Cats everywhere. Yes. So, oh, you know what? I'm looking at memes.
That's why
You're
you repeat
welcome.
it.
That would explain more than a few things.
Well, cats are still everywhere. But
Non-cat
I introduced myself to them. Turns out to be a magical buddy that I'm probably going to end up talking to later, which will be fun. Which the different cultures of magic are probably going to end up clashing. Sapphire leads us all back to her place, but along the way she's the gift from the druid that was high off their ass, and
Just
Yeah.
wanted to try to identify it.
yep, just to identify it, and she took a bite and proceeded to get
For
high off her ass.
identification purposes. She took a bite for identification purposes, okay?
Well, you still
Keep
took a
telling
bite.
yourself that.
You still took a bite, and you still got high off your ass. Walked into an alley, and walked face first into a wall, and basically incapacitated yourself.
Yep.
You were then carried to the Sapphire shop. At which point, Lessla was talking with what's his face?
Jasper.
Jasper. Yes, what's his face? Jasper. Bought some glass from him, and he overcharged her. And she was going to argue legal precedent, but because she doesn't actually know the laws of Waterdeep yet, if she kind of has to go with what he says, because lawful evil, all that fun shit. Bought the glass. Turns out it worked. Paid him for the rest, and Cheese is still unconscious. Inik went to the guild to see if there's any bounties on the board. There were not, so he went back to the inn.
Yeah. And now, at that point, we're going to pick up where we left off.
Mm-hmm. Question: Are there any food stalls by the shop?
Plenty.
Cool. I'm gonna go out and get some food. Specifically for Corvus and the best boy.
Okay.
Well, the best boy had his meal.
I've got a big, big thirst for human blood.
That's the favorite.
Yes.
That recap was like 5 minutes long.
It
Yeah.
was.
It
was
wasn't
a-
even
it was a-
entertaining.
Look, there's a reason I don't do recaps. They're very
I
in-depth.
know.
Anyway,
Ah!
Sapphire, you are going out to get some food for Corvus and his pet.
I did say I would make sure they would get fed, so.
The rest of you are still inside, or well, 3 of you are still inside Jasper's shop. And Inik, you're back at the inn, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Sapphire, you're going out to get food. We'll start with you.
Mhm.
There's several food stalls out.
Mhm.
Are you looking for something cheap, or are you looking for something a little bit nicer?
Middle ground.
Okay, so one of the cheap ones, but one that's actually kind of good.
Sure.
Okay. So there's a couple stalls that fit the description.
Mhm.
There's a slightly more reputable fishmonger who's selling freshly grilled fish.
Okay.
His signature dish being stalking catfish fillet.
Okay.
And there's also a genuine bona fide Kalimshan kebab merchant.
Mm-hmm.
He sells various types of kebabs. I do not need to explain further.
Okay, but what kebab is his specialty?
His specialty is lamb.
I'm gonna go with the safe option and go with the specialty fish of the reputable fish person because I
So
don't know.
The stalking catfish fillet?
Yeah.
Okay. It is a very sizable fillet. It will cost you 1 silver for 1 piece.
That is fine.
Little expensive for cheap food, but it's pretty
It's
good
good.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And for a good portion, too.
It has a slightly electric taste to it. I mean that quite literally.
Well, Corvus is going to have it, so a little bit of a energy boost.
All right. Meanwhile, back inside the shop. What is everybody else up to? I know Cheese is passed out.
Just sort of standing there menacingly.
As you do.
Standing there. Menacing.
Menacingly.
Lessla, you're trying to essentially hook up the glass in such a way to where you can more easily hold it to your glasses.
Yeah, I'm taking wire and wrapping it around the glass and making sure it's reinforced and balanced properly.
Jasper has become disinterested with the situation and is sitting behind his counter and has his feet up on it.
How wonderful.
He's currently filing away at some manner of jewelry. You're not quite sure what he's doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Very so often you hear him blow the metal shavings away.
Just let me know when I come back in.
It'd be at this point you come back in.
Okay. Hey, Corvus. Going up to him with a plate of food.
Yeah, eyes just turned towards you as he's just sort of standing there.
We stare at each other as I hand him the plate of food.
Just takes it, and like a man who who's been living in the forest for a while, eats the fish exactly how you would imagine a man who is living in a forest for a while would eat something.
To be fair, I don't think I was given silverware.
You were
Yeah.
not.
So
The fish is just taken from the plate. The plate is set aside.
It is still hot.
It's fine. Taken, ripped apart. Part of it is given to the Drake. Then he just starts mouthing it, just wolfing it down, and just the grease and all that shit, and all the juices is just leaking into the beard and dripping onto the floor. A mess being made.
You get about halfway through, and Jasper looks up. No, not in the shop. Go.
It's already gone.
I'll clean it up. Don't worry.
No, you won't.
Drake just licking the wood.
Out of spite, I will right now. And she goes to get something to clean up the mess.
Jasper looks over at the rest of the group and gives a wink and a thumbs up.
You bitch.
I'm
This
pretty
happens often.
I'm pretty sure in your backpack you have a mess kit, so that was unnecessary.
He may or may not.
S kit is for cooking the food.
No, a mess kit is for eating the food.
Or cooking the food.
No, it's simple cutlery.
I don't think you're going to win this argument.
Corvus is a eat off the spear type of guy.
You are.
Yep.
Fucking
The
DJ.
polar opposites of the group. Corvus and Lessla.
And funnily enough, more like each other than others.
Probably not wrong.
The duality of man.
Yeah, anyway. But after she's done, she's going to basically, like, she can't translate it right now. It's gonna be that's like an extensive process of learning a language from just the writing and without the what is it called? I can't remember.
Encryption code?
No, like I can read
Cipher?
I can read the language now. It's not an encrypted language, but even if I learn how to read it, I won't be able to speak it because without someone to teach you how to speak something that you can't speak it, even if you can't translate it.
Yeah.
that is that. I have the glasses. I will it's probably going to end up being something that's more or less detachable for the time being until she can get a stronger material.
Yeah, that's not hard to make with just some scraps of wire and glass. You can very easily do that. Are you going to continue doing that in the shop, or are you going to head somewhere else to do that?
Gonna once I'm done in the shop, I'm done in the shop.
Okay.
So after being done in the shop, Lessla will see. Is Cheese awake yet?
No.
That's up to Cheese.
How is that up to me?
I'm just giving you the option of do you want to be active in the scene or not.
I mean, I'm more than happy to be active in this scene.
No, hold up. I have the perfect way to wake you up.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
I'm going to cast my invisible mage hand.
Lord.
And I'm
Okay.
just going to telepathically or telekinetically slap Cheese awake.
Cheese, you suddenly feel a sting on your cheek as you wake up from your nap.
She gives like a squeak and then wakes up in this very, very pretty jewelry shop.
You are lying on the
Um,
back of a drake.
Oh, friend!
The best
Hello,
part, everyone
friend.
hears the slap probably.
Like Corvus, like, what's going on?
Everyone just hears whack, a squeak from Cheese.
And then,
And
oh,
then-
friend! As she
Yep.
begins to pet friend.
Oh,
You woke her up in a very pretty jewelry shop. This was not the way to go, my friend.
Lessla says is, Cheese, it is time to go. And is my voice still high pitched for her?
oh yeah.
Okay.
Where are we going?
It is time for us to return.
Oh my god.
Fuck no! 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 Nope!
No, please
no!
turn that
Go back to normal.
Go back to normal. Only she fears you like that, not the rest of us.
I was like,
Uh-uh.
why is there?
Nope.
I was like, why is
Fuck
there a
that.
pause? And then just it's time for us to return. Oh,
I-
sorry.
I think my brain just vomited.
Anyway.
Stop being loud.
Oh yay, normal wreck.
Anyway. Our business here is done.
We had business?
Well, it is over now.
Oh. Was I asleep?
Yes, and the day is almost over. We must return to the inn so that we may prepare for bed.
I don't feel tired.
You ate the mushroom and walked into a wall.
I did?
Yes. And Lessla will hold her hand out to help Cheese up.
And Cheese will take it and she'll stand and she'll look around.
I imagine cheese is like the equivalent of shapes and colors. Am I wrong?
God
It's all
damn it. No.
shiny.
In my head, I've been imagining Jasper's shop as kind of like an antique shop almost, where everything is just kind of everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's pretty accurate.
Cheese stands up, sees something past Lessla, and then just goes to start investigating.
Okay.
Cheese?
She's just looking at things now.
Cheese? We are leaving.
Oh.
Hang on, if the lady wants to peruse and possibly buy something, far be it from anyone to stop her.
Jasper shoots you a thumbs up in the corner of the room.
There is
Cheese is
nothing-
just starting to look around. Does anything catch her eye? That would be that would be cheese intriguing.
Roll a perception check at disadvantage as you are
Oh
poisoned.
yeah.
Please roll high enough.
Please roll a 1.
11.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So, Cheese.
Mhm.
You look over, and you do see something that catches your eye. This weird, wiggling, moving. You're not quite sure what it is, but it seems to be alive. Is it a plant, maybe? That seems about right. Yeah, plant definitely seems about right for this.
To the rest of the party, though.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Okay.
It raises up and a hand sprouts out of the wriggling end of it, and it waves at you and beckons you to come forward.
She giggles and waves back. And
Do you go
does
to it?
as yes.
Okay. You go over to it. You get the feeling it wants to be picked up.
It is mine now.
Okay.
I will stop her from picking it up
Everyone else,
because, you know.
you see Cheese walk over and pick up a table leg.
Can I catch whatever was on the table?
Oh no, there's nothing on the table. It is just a leg.
It's just
It
a
is
table
not
leg.
attached to anything. It is just a table leg.
Okay,
Well,
we can go now.
Cheese, no, that's not how shops work.
Hmm?
Besides, that is not for sale.
I want
No,
it.
no, it very much is.
I want
Before
it.
Lessla
Why
holds
can't
her
it be mine?
finger up and says, "Before anything, Cheese, what exactly are you seeing?"
It's a very pretty plant.
I mean, it is made from a plant.
Cheese,
I want to take it with me.
what you are holding is a table leg.
Please tell me it's still
Insight check.
attached to the rest of the table.
It is not still attached to the rest of the table.
Okay. So it's
There's
just a broken table leg. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that is literally all it is.
Okay.
I want to make an insight check on Leslie's.
At disadvantage, Cheese.
Perfect. Please, God, roll it out while I'm praying. I rolled
Close
a
enough.
20.
You don't
Roll
believe
two.
her.
She's just gonna keep it. She's gonna like hold it
Ah,
close to her.
you gotta pay for it first.
But I want it.
If you want it, you have to buy it.
Why?
Because then, if you don't, my brother and I will end up going hungry.
I could just give you food.
No, it doesn't work like that. If we don't make money, we can't keep the place or our home.
Jasper over in the corner, like, go on, keep going. You know the motion.
At which point, Lessla says, "Is Cheese, I would like you to put down whatever it is you think you're holding. I will not allow you to be taken advantage of when you are in a state in which you cannot make better decisions."
Oh, please, it's only a few copper.
Cheese pouts
Hey.
very, very
Hey,
childishly.
if you want it,
and she
it's up
puts
to
down
you.
the table leg.
No. It's up to you. It's your money. You get to decide what you want to do with it, not anyone else. So if you want to
Let's
purchase it,
go.
it's up to you.
I'm going to go.
Oh, but your favorite plant.
I'm going to go. And she's just gonna start walking out the door. As I'm walking out the door, I want to try and pick up something without anybody noticing. Just whatever will fit in my hand.
Roll sleight of hand, Cheese. At disadvantage still.
Oh, damn it! No.
You're
Let me
poisoned.
roll it.
That's what happens.
Aha!
No,
That does not beat my passive perception. I
That
stop
is-
her.
Should I
It's
roll
not.
it again? We'll roll again just to see if what I get, just to see if it's worse. No.
Also,
okay.
It is not.
Is it perception it would go against, or no? It would be perception.
Yes,
It's always first sleight of hand.
Yeah, no,
Sapphire stops you and gives you a stern look. Give it. If you're not buying
Just
it,
gives it
you
back
don't
to
get
her.
to have it. Thank you. What did she take?
it's just like a small, like, whistle.
Good. You got the whistle back.
She's
Now, if you
just
want
gonna
to come
cross
back and
her
trick
arms.
something later, by all
No,
means,
buying
come back.
things is stupid. She's just gonna leave and wait outside.
Lessla rubs her eyes and says this, and looks to Sapphire in particular and says this, not attempt to take advantage of her again. And then walks out.
I'm just gonna do a thing.
Corvus.
When she turns around, I will stick my tongue out at her.
Corvus this
Okay.
entire time has just
Classic
been
Eldercrow. I'm like,
watching. Has just been watching this entire event unfold, not really contributing at all. And like seeing, as much as he hates to say it, noblewoman made a good point. He just kind of gives the ever suspicious narrowing of eyes to Sapphire, whistles, and walks out with the Drake following behind.
He trots behind you.
Sapphire will
You
sit on
just
the
hear-
counter, shrug, still her money. She could have bought it if she wanted to.
Whenever you walk out, you just hear Cheese like going on a rant. She's like, if I want it, I should have it. That's not fair that they have to buy it with the stupid little metal pieces. I don't like it.
Yeah.
The noble bitch, like, quietly to Jasper, the noble bitch has pretty much brainwashed her, I think.
But she is right this time.
I mean, yeah, but it's still her money to choose what to do, and now she's like, I don't want to buy shit.
He just shrugs.
Also, you were the one pushing me forward with that.
He He
Don't
looks
take
at
the
you.
moral high ground with me.
He looks at you, shrugs, and goes back to filing this little piece of jewelry.
She's gonna stay on the counter and watch.
On the counter?
Yes. His feet were on the counter. She could sit
Yeah.
on the counter.
He brings them down, goes to put it down, looks at you. Looks at where you're sitting. Just shoves you off the counter.
Hey! Can I at least land so I'm not on my back or head?
Yes.
Cool. I assume because this is a very often occurrence.
Yes, this is a very common occurrence. He's allowed to put his feet up there. You are not allowed to sit on it.
It's not fair.
It very rarely is. Don't you have somewhere to be?
I mean, questionable. We don't really have a mission as of now, and we're just waiting.
Do you want to miss out if they find one?
No.
He makes a little shooing motion with his hand.
Oh, don't you shoo me. I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
She will ruffle his hair, fucking up his ponytail before heading out, and running before he can, try to do the same.
He doesn't. He simply comes it back as you leave. All right. Back over at Inik. What are you doing at the hotel? Are you just sitting in your room, or?
He's dead.
I muted myself when I went to get a drink, and I forgot to unmute myself. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, Inik.
Alrighty. I don't have D&D Beyond open on this computer. Open roll 20. Had to reset my password, and then just completely forgot about D&D Beyond.
What a time to reset it right in the middle of stream.
Oh, okay. I mean, I usually just have the password saved to my Opera, but it's a different
fine.
computer. So, my characters. There he is. Do I have
A
the
little.
extension? He said perception.
Yep.
I don't have the extension.
What the hell?
I don't use my laptop usually.
Isn't your perception just a +1?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Laptop.
Yeah, so whatever it is, I probably don't see it.
No, you're just sitting in there. I'm gonna assume like shining armor or some such.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. After a while, one of your 2 retainers comes in.
One.
You hush. uh, it would be. It would be Clardar. Sir,
Yes, Cloudar.
there's an incident going on down in the lobby.
What type of incident?
A interesting gentleman. I thought you just might want to know.
If you'd care to be any more descriptive, that would be great.
Well, I would be, but it's kind of hard to see him behind the monster corpse.
Inik will stand up, put either, assuming he was like sharpening a sword or doing something like that. I don't know exactly. Basically, puts it either back on or wherever it's supposed to be, very meticulously, and then heads down to see what the monster corpse is about.
So you come out of your room, and as you're walking over to the by the balcony, you see down there. There's the corpse of. Go ahead and roll me a nature check, if you would.
Nature is also
Or
+1.
Arcana, either one.
Don't know if that's any better.
I don't think it is.
Nope, it's not. 12.
Okay.
Did twice as well as your
It-
perception check.
Some type of canine creature. That's about as much as you can tell. It's definitely not a wolf, or a dire wolf. It's maybe a bit too big. But whatever it is, it's definitely being held over someone's shoulder. And yeah, Gludar's pretty spot on. It's hard to get a look at whoever it is who's holding it. But whoever it is currently having an exasperated negotiation with the innkeeper. Look, I'm tired. I hunted this thing for a week and a half. I had to haul it back here on my own because I lost my horse. I haven't had any booze in a week. I'm tired. And I just want to get to sit down. And you have several places where I can do so, right over there. If this thing manages to scare off anyone, I will pay you handsomely. Just get me something to drink.
And what does the innkeeper say?
Sir, I would very much rather that you take that thing elsewhere. The last one wasn't actually dead. As you can see, this one is very much dead. He stabs it in between the eyes. It does not react. Pulls out the blade knife. See? Very much dead. I think that's a bit of brain on there.
It should have twitched when it got stabbed in the head. Like that deleted scene from
Twitch,
The Lord
because
of the
I've
Rings.
got my axe embedded in his nervous system.
Inik's gonna go ahead and walk on over and look at the innkeep and look at the man, and then turn to the innkeep and say, I assume you have ale here?
Yes, we do. We have plenty of ale.
Would you mind pouring me a cup?
Of course, sir. He reaches under the bar, pulls out a cup of it, just some cheap, over-the-counter local ale. Pours you a small glass and hands it to you.
I hand it to the guy.
Well, someone has manners around here. You finally get a good look at the fellow, who I'm gonna go ahead and just put his token out there for everyone to see. He has a very nice sword at his hip, some embroidery on the scabbard, and of course the knife, which he's stuck back into his gauntlet. Sorry. Judging by his attire, it's definitely been worn, but it's very well maintained. Well, friend, seems like I owe you one.
Don't mention it. Hunting beasts is no easy task.
You seem to know a thing or two about it.
I am no hunter, but being in service to nobles, you tend to get forced into things you normally wouldn't do.
Ah. Glorified errand boy, hmm?
A knight of a house, but to them it's all the same.
Exactly. That's why I quit a long time ago. He throws back the rest of his ale, slides it back over to the innkeep, who looks very cautiously to you.
I'll just nod at the innkeep, like fill it back up for him, I guess.
He sighs and fills it back up and slides it back over to him. This stuff really is terrible. He downs it all in one gulp again. I believe I quite caught your name, sir.
I am Inik Trothar of House Trothar.
Well then, should I call you sire, sir? Some lofty title?
Given you said you quit a long time ago, I presume you are a man of a noble house as well? If so, honorifics are not required.
Of some variety. Hard to call yourself a house when you're the last one. Hard to call yourself a house when everyone hates you.
A house stands until its last member falls. But if you would wish it to be so, then you can use honorifics. If not, then Inik will do.
I hate honorifics. Slides the glass back over to the barkeep. And I hate this ale. Gotta go somewhere else. I know a place that's much nicer. And will happily take this off my hands. He jostles the canine corpse.
I suppose. Just give me a moment. I will need to go get back on my armor. It would not do for a knight to be seen in public without his armor.
It wouldn't do you good to pass out drunk in it either.
True, but I just don't plan on getting that drunk.
A shame. It's a lot more fun when you get that drunk. I'll be waiting outside. Join me whenever you're ready. Oh, and I'm Cyrus, by the way.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Cyrus. And Inik's gonna go up and get on his, I believe, chainmail? Yeah, chainmail.
Psst, can you give us the picture in Discord?
It's on the Roll20.
I can't save that image.
Oh, too bad.
I need it for my own personal weird notes.
Hmm.
They're sporadic and mostly
I'll send it to you later.
Thank you.
My own personal weird notes.
My
Yeah.
own personal weird notes, which essentially
You're gonna run it through the NSFW filter in the AI bot. Don't lie.
one, I can't. Two, it's mostly just so I remember names and shit.
Anyway.
Sure.
Anyway,
How is this guy? Name of gangs.
Inik, you go up, you put on your armor. Do you take all your weapons with you, or like just the sword?
Just the sword.
Just the sword. Okay.
I don't have a reason to be walking around with a pike if I'm not actually expecting to go into a fight.
Yep. He's sitting out there waiting, more so leaning up against the just leaning up against the wall of the inn. Sees you come out and waves over to you. Gotta do me a favor, Inik.
What would it be?
Carry this there for me. I'll give you 1/10 of the bounty.
Looks at it. Looks at him curiously, shrugs, and gestures to hand it over.
Oh, thank the gods, I was getting tired of carrying it. He sort of unceremoniously just
Drops it
flops it
on me.
into your arms. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a bit of an awkward one. I think I
Unceremoniously?
broke a few of its bones. So, what brings you to Waterdeep, Inik? He starts talking as you make your way to whatever tavern he's leading you towards.
I angered the lord I serve, so now he is sending me to play bodyguard to his betrothed.
He a big fan of his wife-to-be, or no?
She hates him about as much as I do, so it is what it is. She wants to be an adventurer, and I need to protect her while she's adventuring.
So you really stepped in to get on his nerves.
Yes, I
You don't
Stop.
need to elaborate.
Probably for the best.
I already know you're my kind of fellow. You said that she's wanted to be some sort of adventurer, so she's roped you into the guild then?
Yes, unfortunately.
Bunch of amateurs.
And one's quick to take all of the good jobs, too.
There are very few good jobs you get in just the front there. It's the back, special commissions where you get the real money. Those don't come often, certainly not in Waterdeep, not in a while. City's too rich for its own good. Not enough strife and upheaval. Not enough monsters still left around. You've got to go a little further out if you want to get some of the better ones.
I'll have to keep that in mind. I don't really want to stay here much longer anyway. This place seems to be... The longer I stay here, the more and more I see scum and villainy all over the streets, gangs everywhere. Had to kill a few yesterday.
Still the same day.
Oh yeah, it's still the same thing. I had to kill a few earlier today.
They get a little bit tiring. Most of the time, though, you snarl at them the wrong way and they leave you alone. Especially if you flash a little steel. And he kind of brings out his short sword, which Inik, go ahead and just go ahead and roll me a perception check on this.
Aw, shit, here we go again. Under 10, here we come.
It's not hard.
Oh, I called it.
Actually rolled good.
Inik, you've seen this style of blade before. It's elven made. So it's very light. It has maybe it's a little bit overly designed, but it's still functional and it's still balanced incredibly well. This one is entirely coated in silver and bears a runestone of some variety in it. It's definitely a well-worn blade, but a well-maintained one as well. there's a symbol on the pommel that you don't quite recognize.
Normally it would work that way. Most people seem to be terrified of me for one reason or another. But they believed we had something they wanted. So I had to fry some of them alive and cut the rest down. Or cut a couple more down.
Sounds like
Luckily,
you had some fun.
Eh, it was little more than practice.
Practice is practice. Take what you can get in a city like this.
I suppose.
This would be the place. He stops in front of for such a well-to-do area, this is about the most scummy looking tavern you've seen in the city so far. The door is kind of falling off its hinges. The windows, none of them are whole. And whatever sign used to be up there, someone has absconded with. Seemingly some time ago by the rust on the chains.
Huh. What a nice place. Inik just kind of looks at the bar with a general look of disapproval, but he'll continue on anyway.
No, don't give it that look. Trust me, you've not had alcohol. Booze, mead, you name, whatever you want to call it, whatever brand you want to find, whatever variety you want to find. There's nothing quite like dwarven brandy. Especially when they overbrew it. And he sort of flings open the half falling off door. Get around ready. One for me, one for my friend. On me today. The barkeep looks over at you. He's a sort of large minotaur. Looks over, snorts, and gives a nod to him. Gives a nod to you, and it gives you a bit of the side eye. But pulls out two very large steins and begins filling them with just some barrel of stuff. As your new friend leads you over to the counter. So, tell me. What would you be doing if you weren't stuck in the guild?
I don't know. Serving my family how they require.
Oh, come on. You've got to have some kind of ambition beyond that. Everyone does.
Well, maybe adventuring all the same would be nice to, even if it's not part of the build or guild, it would be nice to, well, hunt monsters, prove my strength.
You want to fight something a little tougher than what the ragtags at the guild are going to give you. At least you're a newbie. You want a veteran job.
And I imagine I would need to be a veteran to get a veteran job.
That's one way. Or you need to know someone who can get you one. And you just bought him a drink.
You're being so kind for this over a drink.
I told you, I hadn't had a drink in a week.
God's awful whiskey, but it's whiskey. Was it mead? Hard to tell.
I believe it was mead.
Oh, that explains it. No one in Waterdeep's ever made a good kick of mead. You need to see the elves or druids for that. Forest folk get some decent honey. That's where you get the good stuff.
Well, what type of job would you be offering?
It's about 2 weeks travel outside the city walls. Little village just on the edge of what Waterdeep calls its territory. Probably not even something they really have control over, but the nobles here like to make themselves important. They're having a little bit of an issue with some variety of creature. No one's quite sure what, but people going missing in the forests. That's never a good sign. Only happens at night. Also never a good sign.
Why are you offering me this job instead of doing it yourself? You seem capable.
I already told you, I haven't had a drink in a week. I'm gonna drink myself to death in a week. Then I'll go out and take another job.
As much as I'd love to just take the job on my own, I would need to consult with the party I've formed.
Ah, the God's Forsaken Noble and whoever else.
Yes.
Oh, you'll know where to find me.
He'll nod and then look at the corpse and, what do you want me to do with this?
Just drop it right there on the bar.
He'll
Bones are a great additive to the ale. The Minotaur looks at the corpse and smiles. And throws a bag of coins at your new friend. He reaches into it and pulls out 5 gold and tosses it to you. As your share. I keep my promises.
Inik will nod. He'll down, I forget what he said he ordered, in one go, and then leave the tavern to go find the rest of the party.
He wasn't kidding. That's some strong stuff. What you've essentially just downed is like a stein of vodka.
Oh god.
Inik's like 700 pounds. You can handle that.
Yeah, no, it's for Inik, it's pretty okay. Meanwhile, going back to the rest of you, as you're making your way back to the guild, I assume?
Probably.
I got some errands to run.
Yeah, checking the guild for a bounty.
Okay.
Before probably taking cheese to the inn.
Yeah.
Because she needs to sleep off whatever the fuck she's under.
You get back to the guild probably about the same time Inik does after his little encounter, except Corvus, you're running some errands.
And some errands.
Okay.
Errands?
So everyone else arrives back at the guild at roughly the same time.
I imagine Sapphire's like a minute or two later because she was hanging out with Jasper for a bit before got scolded to leave.
You would have caught up.
Have you ever seen like one of those child leashes?
Yes.
I think that's probably what contraption cheese is attached to, should there be one at the moment.
Lesla's just got the invisible mage hand pulling cheese back by the belt.
No, it is literally just the invisible cheese hand. The invisible
mage hand.
No, it is the invisible cheese hand now.
Oh, and you know, as a peace offering, I've brought the table leg. for Cheese.
Okay.
Cheese is holding it very defensively.
What? I got you a
Cheese,
gift.
you feel it pat you on the shoulder.
Don't take my friend away from me.
It was mine originally, and now I'm letting you be its friend now as well.
It likes me better than you.
That doesn't surprise me somehow.
You know, if we cast True Resurrection on it, it'll become a tree.
Then Cheese will actually be able to talk to it.
Cheese, you get the feeling it wants you to burn things.
Don't tempt me, I have spells for that.
Anyway,
I have druid craft.
I know
Cheese
you
will set
do.
things on fire.
I know. Anyway, you arrive back at the Adventurers Guild about the same time Inik does. It's not hard to spot the well-armored giant blue dragonborn.
Inik, would
No
you like
way,
to
I'm
set
the
things on fire
stealthy.
with me?
You. Huh?
Would
Why
you
do you
like
want
to
to
set
commit
things
arson?
on fire with me? Because it sounds so fun. It's such a silly word.
Cheese may be under the effect of some sort of mushroom-based.
Sapphire's here, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You just get a death glare.
I asked her to identify it, not to eat it.
You have not known Cheese for very long. But I thought you
I've
were
known her
intelligent.
a day.
None of you have known me very long, really. Time is relative.
That's us.
Oh no.
Le-
She's intelligence has gone up by 2. It's amazing.
let us not focus on that for the moment. Just let her sit with her table leg, and hopefully she won't bother anyone.
Cheese, the table like hand points at Lessla and makes a finger across the throat motion. Holds up a finger
No,
and waggles it.
no, bad. We do not do that to Lady Silverster.
It looks dejected.
Anyway,
The
I'm
hand.
going to check the bounty board to see if there's anything.
Oh, Carrington is gonna have a fucking field day.
Yeah, damn.
Okay.
Write that down.
I have
Cheese
a
is now
pen.
sitting in front of the fire with the table leg.
So, looking on the bounty board, there still isn't much new. There's a few very small paying jobs. These ones pay probably less than a gold.
Has the cat been found yet?
That has not been found, and the bounty has gone up.
Yes.
What is it now?
That's Corvus's errands that he's running. He's just
Oh,
looking
it's one
for
of
the
them.
cat.
It's one of them.
Well, after he finds the cat, he has to chase the cat.
I'm fast enough to catch a cat.
Yeah, but you don't have the ability to walk up walls yet.
I don't need to. Even can the cat.
However, Inik, you do still have that piece of paper you were given.
I'll, gather the party that is currently here, I guess. Kind of discounting Cheese, because I doubt Cheese has any meaningful input, especially right now. And show them the piece of paper and be like, I have a potentially different job.
Lessla will take it and look it over.
Can I also kind of read it from next to Lessla?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Do I recognize the town in question?
You've heard of it.
Okay, so it's not the town I was prior.
Did we
No,
happen
it's
to
not.
pass
What was
through
the
it on the
town's
way
name
here?
again? Town's name again?
What? I'm sorry, what was that?
What was the town's name again?
The name? Oh, the one for the bounty.
Yeah.
Just Rivers Crossing.
You know how many rivers crossings there are in D&D? There's so many.
Yes, that's why I said just.
Is it one that we passed through on the way to
It would have
Waterdeep?
been, yes.
Would have been? Oh. Oh, I recognize this little town. It was... I think the word used is quaint. Keep it disappearing. Interesting. And Lessla will hand it back over and says, "This doesn't look like a guild bounty."
It's not exactly.
Where did you find it?
I met a man who had just come back from a job, and I bought him a drink when a innkeeper would not. So he offered me the job.
Making connections. It seems that you have more talents than just your brawn, Inik. You surprise me.
You underplay the usefulness of a blade.
Inik, I am well versed in the usefulness of a blade. But that is a conversation for another time. I believe that we are capable of solving this mystery. What say you, Miss Eldercrow?
Again, I don't know how many times I have to say this. Just call me Sapphire. That's fine. And I would be up for doing this commission. Call me Sapphire.
At this point, it's a game.
What's the game? How many times you call me Miss Eldercrown before I glances over at Inik and just decides to stop the sentence short?
I believe at this point it's a game was out of character.
Yes, it was out of character, but it is. But the game is how many times can you say your name after someone calls you Miss Eldercrown?
Okay.
It's up to 3 right now.
Did you guys know that fire has so many colors in it?
Yeah.
There are little people in the fire.
Miss Cheese, please back
They
away
don't
from the
have
fire.
faces.
From the fireplace with the table leg.
Oh, he's okay. Cheese is basically holding the table leg like a baby. And she's just sitting in front of the fire looking at it.
The hand gently caresses your cheek, Cheese, and gives you a pat.
Oh, you're so nice. Good flirting.
The trip is turning bad. You need to intervene now.
Yeah, meanwhile, Corvus,
Yes.
you're running errands in the town.
I'm running to me.
What errands are you running?
Well, I have a couple. It is. I'm looking for. I know she doesn't really have temples, but maybe a shrine to Beshaba, I believe it's pronounced.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me who that one is.
Lady Doom, goddess of misfortune.
Of misfortune.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. What kind of check would this be?
You said there's a lot of different temples and shrines.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of them in Waterdeep.
She's often venerated because no one wants her around.
Yeah, No, I'm definitely aware.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check to try and locate the
Oh,
shrine.
it does, apparently. Right. Okay, first roll again. First roll. It's fine. It's actually somewhat ironic, but not ironic.
So
Appropriate.
you don't find any shrines to her in the general area you are.
Alright.
Maybe the market itself tries to keep those shrines well and away just for fear of bad luck. That's
Yeah.
that's what you reason to yourself.
And I will go to an alleyway.
You do find a couple shrines around. There's the biggest one you see is to the goddess Joaquin.
There.
That's in the more like little Kalimshan area
Right.
of the market. She's venerated pretty highly in that general area, so that's not surprising.
Yeah.
There's a little shrine to Mistra at some of the more magic-y type shops. There's like 2 or 3. And they're not very big. They don't have anything too impressive.
Yeah.
They have like bags of holding, and that's the majority of it. There are a few other smaller things.
The price tag on those bags of holding?
There is.
Is it? Oh, is it over 25 gold?
It is.
Okay.
They're currently priced at 75.
All right.
For a bag of
Noted.
holding?
Oh, that's pretty
Yes.
good price. That's a good price. Was it uncommons are between 50 and 500?
Yeah, something like that. But no, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
None of them are cheap.
So, but none of the particular goddess I'm looking for.
Yeah, no, none of that particular goddess.
I'll duck into an alley then.
Yeah, so ducking into that alley, you do see another little shrine.
Hmm.
This one's very old and kind of beaten down. Doesn't look like many people go here. In fact, it might have been put in here to kind of be kept away from guys, given what deity it's to, as this is a altar to Chazar.
Remind me.
That would be a religion check.
All right.
The only reason you're able to tell exactly what it is the name as
Fuck, I
is
cannot
scrolled
roll.
across it. You know that's a draconic god.
Oh, okay. I know it's draconic god. I look at it and go, my hands up. Apologies. No disrespect. Just doing something here. I take a little bit away just so I'm not bothering this other shrine. I duck down to the dirt and begin drawing, using the muck, a set of black antlers. A set of antlers just on the wall.
Okay.
Muck. On my head. And having no real offering, I pull up my skinning knife, run it along my hand, and just, as a sort of basically, my offering is some of my own blood,
Mm-hmm.
and just place it under the shrine. Like, may you grant me mercy for the days to come. And he pulls the hand away.
Okay.
And he stands, walks out of the alley, and then whisper to the Drake. All right, now before we go meet up with the others, let's try this one last time. You help me though. Asking the Drake to give me the help action on my perception check to find this fucking cat.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, you will get
Thank
advantage for the Drake.
Watch, it's gonna be less than 10. It's gonna be fucking fantastic.
Hey, it was slightly more than 10.
I hate my
You
life.
still
I
haven't
hate
found this
my
fucking
life.
cat. And that's the best
I was rolling
part.
okay, and then you started recording me, and now I can't roll for shit.
You roll
Blame it
fine in
all on
I
combat.
Inik.
have performance
Corvus,
anxiety.
Your dice
not
have
see a
performance
cat.
anxiety, yeah.
You do see a gentleman in a sort a hooded robe, though, keeping a bit of a close eye on you. You can, considering that you weren't really looking for him, he's not trying to hide himself from you. He very much wants to make his presence known.
Does anyone?
What was that?
Anyone's with him, or is it just one man?
It's just one guy.
I'll duck into another alley. And
Yep.
just take the spear off my shoulder.
Okay. You do so. No one comes into the alley to follow you.
It narrows the eyes. Does this not a good came in? I'd understand he wants to talk. Waiting for me to go somewhere. Just give him you kill me in his alley, yeah, he's not taking advantage of. That worries me. I'll just walk out of the alley again, resheathing the thing because if you're walking with your spear in your hand, people are gonna.
Yeah. The figure turns and walks back down the alley where you saw the shrine.
I'll walk towards that, but very guarded. Like I have like almost like one of my. I always have my hand in like already in like ready to strike hidden under the cloak. I'll walk back there.
You walk down the alley and turn the bend to see where this shrine is, past your little makeshift shrine and offering. And you see the road figure kneeling in front of this shrine to Chazar.
I'll wait for him to finish his prayer. Patient enough to wait for me.
Mm-hmm. While he's still kneeling there, you hear him speak. There are not many who would come to seek out the altar of the Red Worm. Are you a devout?
Apology, friend. I know vaguely of this one, but not fully. I came here to be out of the way. Not many would wish to invoke her name out in the open. I just do what's my little thing. If I have disrespected God, I am sorry.
You cannot disrespect God of eternal life.
Said the red worm. Again, I know very little.
The Red Worm is the youngest of the draconic gods, elevated to a status shortly before the draconic pantheon vanished.
Notes. What was his name again? Corvus?
Sorry?
Corvus?
This dragon?
Yeah,
Chazar.
Chazar.
Tchazzar.
He, itch. Very slow. Have to be
Can't find where to find the fucking draconic gods.
Tchazer. Did you say?
AR.
KR.
Azzar. Got it. Chazar.
There are few who still remember the name of the Red Worm.
I've heard it before, but I know not what dominion he presides over.
I've
have
told you of eternal life.
Gonna laugh. Huh. I'm guessing you're a priest of this deity.
I am not so noble, nor so skilled as to call myself a priest. I am merely a greedy man who would very much like to collect on this promise.
Yeah, I ain't gonna judge. Gonna laugh if you've got something worth living for. Pretty nice.
Oh, how right you are. Most would look at this gift and call it an abomination, curse, or scourge. But not me. I can see the value in the blessing of Chazar, the gift of the red worm. He stands up and dusts off his robes and bows one more time to the tattered shrine. I hope I have not taken up too much of your time.
Honestly, I was in the process of finding something which has been eluding me the entire time I've been in this damn city.
And you pray to the deity of misfortune.
I've seen many dead who have not.
I cannot find fault in your statement. Perhaps there is some merit to it. Tell me, what is it that you seek? Perhaps you seek enlightenment, or some secret to the universe.
I've read books where that offer has been stated, and it never ends well for the one receiving.
How right you are. You possess a great deal of wisdom, my friend. Cling to that thought. Don't let it go. You have a good evening. He walks past you and leaves the alley.
You found what you're looking for.
And you as well.
Let's look at the shrine real quick. To Cesar.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, he's
It's a
stabbing me back.
bomb.
Please, please tell me the cat is just
What's
chilling
this?
there.
Less than 10.
Oh! Please tell me the
For
cat
a
is just
second,
chilling there.
you see the symbol on this. A pair of red eyes and a dim purple flame. You see the eyes light up, but they fade as soon as you notice it.
That's it. Hope I didn't disrespect you. I just give the not a bow, but like a nod of respect, and walk backwards without turning for a little bit before turning to leave the alley.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll almost giving up on this cat at this point, but not quite. Just like I'm not gonna find it today, and I'll make my way to the guild.
Okay. So you make your way back to the guild. It's been a little while for the rest of you. You've all been chatting about discussing what to do about this new commission.
She's just been debating whether she's gonna stick her hand in the fire.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, the your little friend alternates between telling you to do it and telling you not to do it.
You need to give me a straight answer.
It shrugs with
This
one hand.
relationship is turning out to be very unhealthy.
It sulks.
Cheese,
Hmm.
would you please stand over here so that we may discuss what we're doing next?
She looks back at the fire, and then she looks back with very pleading eyes.
She looks at you all with very pleading eyes.
Cheese.
Come on, let's talk this over.
Fine. She walks back over, kind of clumping her hooves as she walks,
Good girl.
pouting.
And I assume it's about this time that Corvus walks in?
Not just yet.
Okay.
We got a little bit more time.
What are
So,
we talking about?
well, there is a village that is having a problem with disappearances, and it seems that they are how shall we put it? That they are requesting, or at the very least, capable of rendering aid to someone who, or rendering payment to those who can assist them. It would seem that Inik has found this bounty via a person he has helped, although it does concern me that someone would be so willing to help him for as little payment as Inik has given.
This is why you don't tell the fair your names. They will steal you.
Sapphire just nods.
Well, Miss Cheese, what do you think about what we should do?
Oh. Oh. What do you think? And she looks to the hand.
The hand makes a sign as though it's putting a hand to its chin, stroking a beard of some sort. And then it gives you a thumbs up.
I think we should do. I think we should go.
Is at that point, Corvus enters.
Yes. At which point, Lessla will look over when the door opens, see that it's Corvus, and says, "Ah, my Corvus, what great timing! We have agreed to take this job. What is your opinion?" And she gestures to the paper that Inik is holding.
Narrows his eyes to look at it without getting any closer, relying on his keen vision, and reads it over. Mentions would I know where I live? Would I know where this village is? I've heard of it.
You would not have really. It's not really in your neck of the woods. It's a little further to the north.
All right, it's the northern forest. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. And south. Creature, huh? Anything to go on?
What was that?
Creature, huh? Anything to go on?
Well, at the moment, no. It would have to be something that we investigate once we get there. Although I am wary of it myself, I think doing something that might bring us a little more fame in Waterdeep would do well for our ability to get better jobs.
That would be a good idea, except we can't leave.
And why is that?
Yep.
Because the
You
guard.
remember what the captain
Oh, the
said
mean
this morning?
shiny lady.
Oh, you're all right. I'm sure as
He
long as we're staying
requested.
within the territory of Waterdeep, it'll be fine.
I mean, I don't know if it's within the territory of Waterdeep.
It is
Like-
right
On the
at
very
edge.
edge.
Yeah,
Just barely.
suppose. Right.
And besides,
Well, it's critter hunting.
if we are all in agreement, what time of day is it?
At this point, it's about mid-afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, we can still get good days worth of travel.
And Sapphire probably knows the quickest way to get to the best exit for that.
He was slow as our slowest member. Would be the Drake.
Uh-oh, I see something coming towards us.
How fast can the Drake move?
30 feet. Oh,
Well-
Margaret's doing.
well,
Act natural.
ti-
Act
ti-
natural.
Roll initiative! Strike!
Act
Strike!
act
Strike!
natural.
Margaret looks over to you and clears your throat.
Here's my throat.
No.
Her throat.
Lessla makes a bowing motion and says, Miss Margaret, what may we do you the pleasure of today?
Miss, you look so pretty today.
Geez, her face is purple.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
She's just like gonna reach out to touch her hair.
She gently maneuvers out of the way. You think you're touching her hair.
She's just like making motions like she's combing her fingers through hair.
Margaret looks away from Cheese, slightly concerned, and over towards Lessla and Inik.
She ate something off the floor.
It's a low nod. Anyway, the guards sent over some compensation, they said, towards you all.
Ah.
Oh, they took away my shinies.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. We were accosted by ruffians and were in possession of contraband items.
I see. Well, they have sent over some compensation for whatever you turned in. It is a sizable amount, actually. And she hands 5 pouches out to distribute amongst you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Whoa.
How much is in
There's 50 gold in each.
50?
Oh.
Yes.
Hey Jasper, I have rent for the next month.
You just hear it like off in the distance. Jasper's like, I smell a debt being paid.
Did you say 50?
I'm sorry?
50.
I still don't have enough to get better armor.
I have enough to get a bag of holding.
No.
That is an option.
It's a worthy
Yeah.
investment, but actually, Corvus is such like a money light person. Actually, not a bad purchase. You can hold 500. I mean, it's not very large, but he could hold a lot of folded animal skins in that. That could really help his hunting.
It is an option.
He pondered.
What I'm pondering.
Pondering a bullet on
Paying
orb.
rent. Paying grocery money for the month.
I am so sad none of you went. Yeah, Brain, but I don't know. There's some random off-topic thing.
God.
I'm so disappointed in you guys.
What are you? Why? What?
Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering? Yeah, Brain, but I don't know what da.
Oh no, I was sorry. I
Oh.
was busy thinking about something else that was, a bit more constructive than
Yeah.
Rex
And
was
relevant.
pondering his orb.
I will
I
shoot
was
you.
thinking of memes, and you guys are being serious. Let me have my fun.
Yes.
Oh no! That's the No, you don't get to have fun.
Look, I paid for it in terror and tears.
Oh,
Nope, you don't get to have fun
Regardless.
anymore.
Cheese is
Not after the
looking
spider
at her
hunt.
pouch.
You see the hand counting out the gold.
How much is it?
It holds up its hand, makes a fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2,
You don't-
3.
Oh, you need to
Shrug.
start over.
when we're clinking, right? With all this clinking on, anyone's eyes particularly shifting towards her.
Roll me a perception check.
1 to 10. Here we go. You guys gotta
Not
meet,
particularly.
a cultist in an alleyway, and then all of a sudden your luck turns around. That's what happens, man. Join cults, kids.
It do be
No,
like
no.
that sometimes.
What it is, you're not looking for the cat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything related to the cat. You cannot do anything.
You
Yeah.
don't notice anyone who's particularly casting his shifty glances.
Oh, at the very least, is we have some money. Does everyone here have supplies for traveling? It is roughly 2 weeks away.
With knowledge of my area around Waterdeep, would there be decent enough game where I could utilize my background feature?
Oh, most definitely.
All right.
Especially with where you're going. It's kind of rural.
Got it.
Mhm.
And if it's anyone's concern,
Mm.
for the more brass folk who have a bit more to splurge, back at the market I saw some bags which were advertised to be able to hold more than their normal amount.
Sapphire is very tempted by this prospect. She needs to ensure she has enough for rent. And to give it to Jasper, so I'm good for the next month.
All right. Well, the sad thing is that it is 2 weeks there and 2 weeks back, which means the end of the month is when we get back.
Yeah.
Which means that unless it's a sizable amount, I'm going to have to downgrade my living expenses, which I don't
Oh,
want to
what-
do.
The paper that you have does not say what the amount is.
Well, before we leave, we should probably go meet the person who gave me the job in the first place.
Right. Don't want to walk into the woods without an idea what we're doing.
Oh, I do that all the time. It's so fun.
Are there any noticeable scars on this child?
No.
None that you can see now.
Surprisingly, no.
Alright.
Healing magic does wonders.
I know, right?
All
Hey,
right,
Rek, how much money do you
natural.
have?
I have
Natural medicine.
Please stop asking people to buy you plate armor.
Well, I can't get plate armor yet.
because
But
it's
I
a
can
plate.
upgrade to half plate.
I have played.
Yes, Lord.
If I get 2 other people's money.
Nah.
Well, it's
If you ask Cheese for it,
she will
she would give it to
probably just
you.
give you, yeah. But the thing is that it's weighing his ability to his making him more combat effective, therefore making us a stronger
Mhm.
party. That's always the giveaway with trying to upgrade someone's armor.
Yeah.
That being said, it is cheaper because of our armor rules.
Yeah,
Yes,
which is
it
why it only costs 360, not the 450 it normally costs to upgrade to it.
Yes.
Mhm.
That argue, Corvus doesn't like you. Or does he
Nah,
know
that's
you?
why I'm not asking you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Lessla. He probably understands if he asks Cheese, he'll probably get the money. He's asking me because Lessla will actually consider it.
Regardless, the choice is ultimately up to you.
Yeah, the choice is ultimately up to me, and you gotta spend money to make money. God damn it!
Yeah. But you're a wizard. You need your spell money.
I need money more than most, but having a good shield is better than having more magic.
Okay. Oh, I understand.
Downgraded from knight to shield.
I mean, that is effectively what I am supposed to be in the first place, so
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm under no illusions of my current job.
At which point, Lessla will look to Cheese and say, Inik, how much do you currently have at the moment? I think it may be time to upgrade your kit.
About 100 or so gold.
Hmm.
Don't speak so open.
If someone wants to try and take it from me, I will just cut them down.
Your funeral.
Are we cutting things? I love arts and crafts.
No, we are thinking about giving Inik a makeover per se. Improving his armor.
I'm just giving everyone who even remotely looks at us a fucking stare of murder. Make
We're
sure no one looks at us for longer than necessary.
we're not like shouting it out.
I know, but Corvus is a paranoid man.
Whatever you say, Forest Jesus.
Your forest Jesus.
We have
If
better
you ask for
we have
money,
better
you'll get
Forest
money.
Jesus at home.
Yeah.
We're gonna go talk to him pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. Yeah. So Lessla will say is I think it would be a good investment, as better armor means that you are a better you.
All right.
Or we can, not splurge and get you a shield.
I'm not going to use a shield, but okay.
Yeah, I know. That's why that was the lesser option. All right.
So you're looking for an armorer.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
That's not hard to find in this area.
Ooh, the armorer we go.
Yep.
All right.
Do we get to bring her pads of Beskar and get a cool, shiny new set of armor?
Wee.
So just a short distance away from the Adventurers Guild is a section of shops in which there's a smithy and there are a couple just adventuring gear shops, some of which do have armor displayed proudly. It's a bit flashy, probably, but it'll still work. And they tend to steer more towards lighter armor, but there is some medium and some heavier stuff. The blacksmith just has several pieces of metal armor in various states of doneness, just hanging by the forge.
A knife.
What about a knife?
Is there a good skinning knife somewhere nearby? Just while they're doing this, I don't
In
talk
the
all of them.
adventuring, in one of the adventuring shops, yes, there is.
I'll go look for a good skinning knife while they're doing this.
Okay.
Might as well.
So let's go over the lot buying armor first.
Well, we're handing armor in to be improved.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to the smithy to essentially have him improve this armor.
Yes.
Basically, we're
I'll have an ask
Bec-
cheese for her money.
Spit it out.
Leslie will look to Cheese and says, "May we have the jingle jingles that you have acquired thus far?"
Oh, the really ugly ones here. She'll give her the 75 GP that she has.
Druids, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you walk through the sort of just like hanging chains and other various things at the edge of the smithy. It is immediately hotter on the other side.
Mm-hmm. It is a feeling that Leslie is used to.
Mm-hmm. Looking up, you see a sort of stout fellow in what is essentially a welding mask, except it doesn't flip up. It's just like a sheet of iron with like a glass pane in the front of it that is much thicker than the rest of the actual mask. Looks up at you.
Leslie will start speaking in. I assume that this is a dwarf, so I'm going to start speaking in dwarvish. Hello, my fine smith. I am here to improve the armor of my bodyguard here. He currently only has a cuirass. I would be liking to expand it to half plate.
He closes the thing on the forge and takes a few steps out. There's a hobbling gate, which you see why as he comes around as one of the legs is pegged. Looks at you, looks over Inik's armor, looks back at you, Lessla. Pulls off the mask, and you see a very frazzled-looking dwarf with wild eyes staring back at you. Patches of his beard are missing. You're a right terrifying lass, ain't ya?
Only when I need to be, sir. I try to be as pleasant as possible to those who are useful and good at their craft.
Hey. You make a fine dwarf. Need a beard, though. Not enough of one. Put some hair on your face.
Are they speaking in Dwarvish or Common?
No, he's
Dwarvish.
gone full, and he's just straight and common. Different
Okay.
reply.
Yeah.
Lessless dwarvish.
Yeah.
Lady Silverster, I think you would look lovely with a beard.
Aye. The lass has great taste.
And Leslie says it.
Even if weird legs.
A
I
beard
like
is
my legs.
not.
Even as child support for size.
Lesla takes a deep breath and says I am well aware of the dwarvish custom of beards, being from the Silver Marches. But
And the
it is-
Silverbeard clan. It's been a long time since I talked with any of them. Don't see too many down here.
No, we don't. Those of the Silver Marches tend to stay within the country of the Silvery Empire.
Aye. I heard about as much. Still, it's a shame. Not that many good crafters. Well, at least not silvers. Not down here. I'd like to learn some new techniques.
Which point Leslie says well, I would be willing to teach you what I have learned in my time up there.
He raises an eyebrow, gives you a once-over, takes a few steps forward, and unless you stop him, like, picks up one of your arms and, like, looks at it. like puts down like takes a little monocle, puts it into his eye, and squints deeply at it. Not enough meat on your bones.
Cheese looks
Throws,
over. She looks
throws
very
the arm down
concerned.
and hobbles back.
Oh, what is Cheese seeing?
Cheese, his head is on fire.
Ugh.
Which point Lessla says is, I may not have the mass of the dwarves, but my technique is not subpar.
She's very good at very many things.
Lessla, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
All right.
Maybe with advantage because I boosted her up.
No.
Oh, damn.
That's why it's not with disadvantage.
Are you fucking kidding me? Stop rolling off the 18.
No.
Oh no, low rolls? Feels
No,
bad,
it's there's a virtual dice that rolls across my screen and it rolls off the 18 every time.
That's why I like just the random appearing.
Rip
They don't go no
Bozo.
ass.
I suppose you could have some worth to you. But I ain't got the time to sit around and find out. And I ain't got the materials for you to mess up. You think you're wrong.
Well, if that is the case, well, I'm sure that you wouldn't mind having an assistant in the forge every now and again. And she's still speaking in Dwarvish. I have learned Dwarvish techniques as well as arcane smithing as well, to a degree.
Arcane? Bah! No arcane in my forge. No, only the cleric magic of the forge. That's what a real dwarf uses. Pounds his chest.
What are you talking about? That show's great. I'm sorry, I'll be quiet now.
Lessla says, well, that be the case. I'm sure that you wouldn't mind having another assistant and someone, and I can always polish my skills.
I got one question for you, lass.
And what would that be?
When you burn yourself on some of the hot coals in the forge, by what part of Moradin do you swear?
By his beard.
Now that's the right answer. Welcome aboard. He claps you hard on the shoulder.
Yep.
You have a 20 gold discount to purchase
Nice.
the armor upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
However, it will take him a couple of days.
That's understandable.
And he fully expects Lessla to be there from sunrise to sunset with him.
That's understandable.
As for Corvus, you're going to buy a hunting knife.
Yeah. You can never have too many knives, and if you have enough gold, you should get a good knife.
I like Corvus's philosophy. You can never have too many knives.
It's a good philosophy.
Great
So,
philosophy, I'm not gonna lie.
The one that has a nice hunting knife in the window is pretty much the wall is right up against the next door tavern.
Right.
And you open it and there's a ringing bell. No one seems to be in the shop at the moment. However, you see a door on the wall behind the counter open up. As it opens up, you hear the hustle and bustle of the tavern on the other side. Yes, I'll be right back in just a moment, my friends. I simply have another customer to attend and to... please don't throw the beer.
I like this place.
I like this place.
Right.
A crimson red tiefling with orange eyes closes the door behind him, pinching the bridge of his nose. Ah, welcome. So nice to have another customer. Oof.
Sorry to drag you
The-
away from busy night.
Oh no, nothing to be trouble yourself over. Though, perhaps you would trouble yourself to bathe once in a while?
He did get prestidigitated the night
Yeah, like
before.
he's managed to
But then
acquire.
he
Then he's got in a fight.
got in a fight and he also just like rubbed dirt
Smeared
all over.
grime on the walls, cut his hand, smeared that on the wall.
That in a dusty
Bar
corner of the
fight, bar
library.
What
Corvus acquires dirt like Lessla acquires friends. Quote unquote.
So, what can I do? What can I do for you
Everyone gets
today?
friends.
My fine fellow.
You said I saw one knife in the window.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up the knife, put it in my fingers, walk over. Saw this. You have one better, or is this the best you got? Set it down the counter.
Well, it depends on what you want it for. This one's pretty well balanced for. He picks it up and hurls it at a little target on the wall. It embeds perfectly in the center. Throwing, mostly.
I'm looking for skinning, meating, gutting, all
Mm.
around utility and harming if necessary.
I do have a selection of those. He reaches under the counter, pulls out a little box, which he opens, and then one by one in a little wooden board on the table, embeds a cleaver, a chef's knife, and a letter opener.
The letter opener.
That's one technically. Uh,
All of them very good for preparing.
reaches into his pocket, pulls out his smaller skinning knife. Goes, what about one for this purpose?
Well, I don't have one quite like that. I do have some that are maybe a little bit more versatile.
Narrows his eyes at him, but just like a motion of the hand. Go on.
They're more designed for fighting, but I'm sure they can do some other things as well if you put your mind to it. I do have one that never gets dirty. But I can see you're not too excited about that. Perhaps my knives aren't really the ones for you. But I do have some other things. If you'd be interested in seeing them.
Sure.
Wonderful,
Like,
wonderful.
And just hearing the fact that there's a one that doesn't get dirty, Corvus absent-mindedly expands his senses. I cast Detect Magic.
Oh, there's a lot of magic things in here.
Alright.
They're faint auras. They're just
These
there
are...
passively, but there's a lot of them.
Got it. What about the dagger you threw into the dartboard?
There's a minor enchantment on it.
Can I tell what it is, or no?
No, like knowing it's
School.
yeah,
It's an annoying thing that
forging magic. Yeah, forging magic into weapons, just the very, very basics of it.
Yeah.
Is really very hard to tell. Because there are several schools that can go into it, and oftentimes it's a mix of schools. Because it's not exactly definitive spells that are going in there, as much as it is ingredients and rituals.
Understand.
So giving them a distinctive school is very hard to do. Especially because the school that it would normally be identified for a lot of them isn't really a school that exists. Schools don't really teach chronomancy anymore. But that's normally what's put into there to give it a little bit of an edge. Make it swing a little faster or cut a little bit deeper by just being slightly out of where it should be.
I'll walk over to the dartboard one, just pull it out. It's like while he's getting other things, examine it. like looking at the edge of it. It
So
initially catch my interest.
yeah, so this one in particular has the reason it caught your interest is it's double-sided, but it doesn't really have a point. Where the point would be, there is a square notch in the blade and has a prong on either side. It's got a little bit of utility to it, but now that you get a better look at it, it is also quite well balanced for throwing. The little guard that's on it acts much like a little pair of wings, as it is sharpened just as well as the edge of the blade is. It does also have two barbs on it near the points that you're guessing would make it just a little bit more vicious if you jab somebody with it.
No rune stones. It's just the pure work of the blade.
Nope, just the work of the blade. There's no rune stones or anything in it.
But it wouldn't necessarily make a good skin in there.
No. Now that you get a better look at it, it wouldn't.
Right.
It's a little bit too poorly done for that.
Just while he's busy, just do a little flip in the hand, and I'll throw it at the dartboard.
It embeds in the middle once again. And he comes back over with a little chest full of things and opens it up. He has a few scrolls in there, as well as an old book, and a small little booklet with a image. Go ahead and roll me a. Actually, no, you wouldn't know what it is.
I have proficiency in Arcana, if that matters.
No, not in this case. This is not something that you would know.
Okay, just letting you know.
Lessla might, but you would not. But it's clearly an insignia of some sort.
Rules
He
and books.
Sorry?
Scrolls and books, huh?
Well, these are the most readily available ones I have, dear boy, but you know how it is. People buy, people return, people resell.
What do they do then?
Oh, which one would you like to know about first?
Big book. All that.
Ah, the big book. This, my friend, is a nifty little catch I discovered a few years ago. See, I used to be a member of the Adventurers Guild myself. No, nothing. Okay.
I was restraining myself. Be happy.
Until I
No,
took an
that
arrow
was
to the
that was
knee.
in character for him.
Yeah.
Did he take an arrow to the knee?
He slides the book forward and opens it up, and some paper like pop-up book paper skeletons begin to play a little tune. It is smooth jazz.
Oh my god.
The one of them on the saxophone is really killing it.
Fortunately, he chose Corvus to show this to. What about the small one then?
He closes up the book with the skeletons and slides it over, pushes forward the small one. One of the few little things you can get out of Candlekeep. Simple guide to identifying languages. In particular, the really obscure ones.
How much for that?
Well, it's fairly hard to get a hold of. But at the same time, it's just niche enough to where it's really hard to sell as well. I'll be willing to let it go for only 30 gold.
Right. Put that on the Corvus list. That. What are the other scrolls?
The scrolls, I have a few scrolls of the spell Guidance. If that interests you.
I don't know anything about that spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the magic type. Perfectly fine. I'm not either myself. Friend of mine is the one who really knows this stuff anyway. Hey, and this one is. Oh, I can't sell that one. He shoves it back into his
Why?
cloak.
Why not?
My good friend will get very mad at me if I sell one of his recipe scrolls. Don't even know how that got in here. Uh,
What is it?
some sort of noodle dish. If I put this here, oh dear. Anyway,
Just in the kitchen.
Oh no!
Alright.
and I also have here. He holds up a scroll, and this one, as he holds it up, the ink begins to shift and morph. And instead of words there's a little stick figure that gives you a salute and strikes a pose.
Oh.
Some kind of illusion.
Enchantment, actually. And this one's quite alive. High five. He holds up a hand to it, and it gives him a high five.
Oh god. Be glad cheese isn't
This
there.
good
She'd be
fellow,
spending so much
is
money.
capable of accurately and unerringly. See, I remembered this time. Reproducing any script he's seen before. Word for word. Though he can't store any magic in it, unfortunately. We tried that once. Didn't work.
Right. That throwing knife ain't good for much else, but compared to a normal knife, how much will it hurt?
Oh, much worse if you throw it. As a normal knife, if you just want to stab someone with it like a boring person, uh, not much better. But
And
if you throw it, oh, this one's a little bit special. And he actually throws it away from the target. It loops around and goes back into the center again.
the
Intrigued?
question I have, how hard is it to re-get?
To get back? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Not very hard at all. He whistles and it flies out and back into his hand.
It looks for the first time, like other than the book of language, his face, Corvus' face goes from that just stoic, like blank expression to a look of, all right.
I'll of course be willing to part with it. I can let it go for 50 gold.
50, huh?
Hmm? Unless you
Well,
can make me a better offer.
I'm buying this book. I'm buying that knife. And I have
Look,
friends. Well, Canyon. They'd find some interest in some of your wares.
oh, I see. So you're going to spread word of mouth about the shop and try to get a discount? Is that what I'm understanding?
My name's Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Just asking for a sponsorship.
Well, if you're not interested in additional customers and more active participation from my group, then I can just leave my business and walk out that door.
How much of a discount are you hoping for?
Said 50, so it'd be a total of 80.
5 gold.
Well, if I can get you start high, work it down. So, Let's say knock off 10 gold off the total.
You hear a tremendous clattering noise from the other side of the door. Oh dear. You have a deal. Leave it on the counter. I have to attend to something. Lord! Goes through the door.
That'll be a total of 80. So I
Lord.
have 5 gold left.
He lets you go for 10. 70 gold.
70 gold. Worth it.
Lord, that's beautiful.
Translation. Of language translation.
So you now have acquired a book of obscure languages and how to identify them from the Library of Candlekeep, or directly copied therefrom, and a dagger of throwing.
A book of obscure languages and how to identify them. Write this down.
So the dagger counts as magical. It ignores partial cover, and that's about all it does.
I'm jealous.
Well, it can also be recalled to your hand as a bonus action after throwing it.
It's no dagger of returning, though.
It's not.
Yeah, not a blink back.
And the bag of throwing.
And is at this point...
Send me what it does so I can copy paste.
I will. But is at this point I'm gonna call things off for tonight.
Well, we can't have me go back to the shop and pay rent for next month.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
All right.
Actually, yeah, we can cut back to that a little bit.
Just strides right in.
Yeah,
I know it's early for once.
You don't see Jasper in the front.
Hey, Jess, where are you?
He doesn't answer.
Concern immediately peaks, and I am looking through the whole store for him. And if I don't find him here, I am running home.
So you go and look into the back room.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see Jasper sitting by the window, just sort of lying down on his desk.
Relax.
Lying down on his desk, alive or dead.
He looks like he's sleeping.
With a knife in his back.
I swear to God.
He does not have a knife in his back.
So peacefully sleeping.
You smell poison from his coffee cup.
You shouldn't have fucked with the fangs.
Oh my God.
Just a sigh of relief as she sees he's all right. Is there a blanket in this back room?
There is.
Cool. I grab it and throw it on him.
I can't wait until one of the
Yeah.
gangs rolls up and just goes, "Tunnel snakes rule."
Oh my God.
He instinctually grabs the blanket and sort of curls up deeper in it.
Oh.
I'm gonna put the 60 gold as per the rent that's due next month. In a little extra bag and put it in what he would like the little thing the box he puts the stuff he's currently working on in.
Okay.
And a little note from Sapphire. It's like, I know it's early for once, but here it is, rent for next month.
Mm-hmm. You put the coins down, they jingle, and you see a slight grin cross his face.
Are you
See,
even
as he
sleeping?
just yawns.
Did I wake you? I probably woke you.
He doesn't answer.
I'm gonna poke his cheek.
Stop it.
No.
Not until I know if you're actually awake or just, sleepily smiling for no reason. Her finger is still on his cheek.
Mm-hmm. You don't get much more of an reaction.
Pats his head. All right, sleep well.
A single loud snore.
Oh Christ.
I
Yeah,
should
that's
get the
exactly
cannon.
right.
I should get the cannon from home. Just put it right on his desk.
Anyway, that's about where I'm gonna leave it off for tonight.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
And still panicking with me. For like,
All right. With that, I am going to say good night for tonight. As always, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. And please stay frosty. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to support the channel, please visit the links down in the description. Until next time.